Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Destinations candle haul from Bath & Body Works, which is super exciting. We haven't had a Destinations candle themed collection in I think the last one was 2016 actually. So, super exciting. I'm just a total sucker for packaging, kind of marketing and direction. Aren't we all, honestly? But yes, like I said, we haven't had a Destinations collection of candles in so long. So, yeah, this one didn't even test. It just showed up at Bath & Body Works stores, and there is 8 scents in the whole collection, 4 of which I picked up and I have here to talk about today. But before we get into that, I thought we would go over the 4 that I didn't pick up. So if you were thinking about those, I could just mention them really quick. So first off, there is a Costa Rica candle, and the scent is Rainforest Passion Fruit. But it actually has very similar notes to Aloha Kiwi Passion Fruit, and it just smells exactly like that Aloha Kiwi Passion Fruit scent. If you ever smelled that one, just very intense, just kind of in your face, fruit scent, over the top, super sweet, but a little bit tart, I guess, in the background. So there's that repackage there. And there's also a Black Cherry Merlot repackage. The kind of location marketing with that one is California Vineyard. So if you're a fan of Black Cherry Merlot and that intense cherry scent, you might like that one. And what else is there? There is London Tea and Lemon actually came back. So there's that, kind of like that iced tea, earthy herbal but also sweet lemon kind of scent. And lastly, there's a New York Rosewater and Ivy. So all those 4 are repackages since we've had before, so if you are into any of those are also in this collection. But I have the other 4 here with me. I think just one is an exact repackage of a candle that went totally wide to all Bath & Body Works stores. So I have those 4 candles to talk to you about today, and I also have 2 kind of random candles that are a little bit older, but I just grabbed them because I felt the need. So if you are into hearing about any of those candles, just stay watching. So the first candle we'll talk about is probably the most odd one. I figured that was a good place to start off. And that candle is Paris. And, you think Paris, you're like, oh, it's going to be a coffee scent. And indeed, it is not. It is, the scent here on the packaging says a Cafe Bouquet. So here's what the label looks like. It's not a wraparound, but it covers quite a bit of the front. So have a kind of door design over here and almost like a carnival or something almost. I don't know what that has to do with Paris, but there's what the packaging looks like. And here is the notes on that scent. They are espresso beans, white tuberose, and bergamot zest. So like I said, you would think this is a coffee candle. It definitely does have that familiar, I actually have the candle right here. The lid is pretty gross on it, but this is a Paris Cafe from almost exactly a year ago with that kind of French kind of collection. So this candle has the note of espresso beans in it, or yeah, espresso beans. You definitely get the basis scent from Paris Cafe in here, for sure. It's the, you might remember there's an Italy candle a while back called Espresso Bar, and that was not quite the same. There's a chocolate kind of super sweet infusion to that one that almost made it artificial and kind of fake. So Paris Cafe differs in the way that it's much more of a realistic coffee scent. You get the kind of salty, straight black coffee kind of grounds element to it. So that note is definitely brought over in this candle. However, it's mixed with a very I mean, the note itself isn't unique, but the combination is definitely far out there. It's a powdery kind of grandma floral. So that mixes with the coffee scent, and it comes across very appealing to me. Just because I have the appreciation for the grandma quintessential older mature woman's perfume kind of scent, but if you don't have an appreciation for that kind of scent, you will not like this candle for sure. Me and my family were talking about this candle, as we always do. I love like getting candles, and we just like low-key like pass it around the car, and like everyone like talks about their thoughts on it. So none of my family members were a fan of this candle except me, just because I have that appreciation for like the floral kind of scents. So, but this kind of goes in that like destinations theme, because it really creates almost like an atmospheric kind of experience. You know, like you're sitting at like a Starbucks and like a older woman, like powdery floral like perfume wearer kind of like walks through. So I don't know, I really like this because it's just kind of like, it really puts you in like a setting, if that makes sense at all. I don't know, I'm probably like babbling. But yeah, so crisp white floral doesn't really remind me of a specific candle, like off the top of my head. Like I didn't smell it and I was like, oh, this is blank floral. Just kind of nondescript. It says bergamot zest in here. Not necessarily. I would just say kind of like a perfumey aspect that lends itself to. But you get that mixed with the coffee, and comes across super nice. I really like this candle. But like I said, not for everyone. If you don't have the appreciation for florals, you might not be a fan of Paris Cafe Bouquet. But there was that. Then moving along kind of in the same bakery kind of direction, we have Italy, Cannoli and Chocolate. Doesn't that name just sound juicy? Like, cannoli and chocolate, wow. So, I have mentioned to you guys, I really like labels with pictures on them. I think some of these pictures are kind of random or kind of off for the location they're going for. Or like the scent, like, I don't know, I feel like it would be, on this one, would be better, like, picture of food, picture of Italy. I don't know, that makes more sense to me, but we have like a landscape kind of design here, and like a, I don't even know what that is. I would say it's like, you're like inside a castle and you like look up. Anyway, so here are the notes for Cannoli and Chocolate. This is probably the most anticipated candle, or the most like chatted about in the candle community. So notes are fresh made cannoli, dusting of sugar, and sweet milk chocolate. So smelling this one, just so authentic right off the bat. Definitely just like a chocolate plus like bakery kind of combination, if that makes sense. So you definitely get the like creamy, like chocolatey kind of, almost like hot cocoa, you know, like that powdered kind of hot chocolate mix comes through. Very immensely similar to the hot cocoa and cream candle. This is called Cozy Warm Cup of Cocoa, whatever, from last year's Candle Day. This is super similar, just to the generic chocolate scent, but so that comes through in this one. It's kind of like the Paris Cafe Bouquet scent in the sense that it's like a base candle mixed with another different note. So the chocolate note that comes from hot cocoa and cream kind of mixes with a really delicate pastry note, kind of, you know, just like the fresh baked bread right out of the oven. Just mix it with the chocolate. It comes together really nice, in my opinion, and captures kind of like the crisp, like freshness of a fresh baked chocolatey treat, if that's your kind of scent that you like. Definitely go for this candle. It's a really unique combination. I don't think we've had a chocolate plus like a sweet bakery treat candle in a very long time, if not ever. So there was Italy. If that sounds appealing to you, you might want to go for that one. And then up next, we have a repackage, and that is Iceland with the Frozen Lake scent. So we have a nice waterfall here and some like ice. So Frozen Lake. This candle actually originally came out last winter with that like, what was it called? Like the Camp Winter collection. So here are the notes for Iceland. They are crisp eucalyptus, iced juniper, and sparkling glacier. So, smelling this one, the mint comes off, first off, just super, super strong. For whatever reason, that aromatherapy sage and mint candle comes to mind for some odd reason. I mean, I guess just where it's like the herbal kind of mint, like the you know, you almost get like the green element of the mint, like kind of like a mint leaf. So that comes through first. And there is 100% a cologne in here. Kind of reminds me of Sparkling Icicles, if anyone remembers that candle. It was also called Paris Daydream at one point. That kind of like drippy, like citrus cologne kind of blend, just mix it with a super like herbal mint. And that is what I get from Frozen Lake. So kind of like a minty cologne. If you're into that kind of scent, this one might be for you. Not super interesting, but I kind of regretted skipping out on Frozen Lake last winter, so there we have that. And then right here, the last candle that I picked up from this collection is probably my second favorite after the Paris, and that is Thailand. And the scent on this one is Coconut Basmati. So we have some very ethnic images here. Coconut Basmati. Here are the notes on this one. They are creamy coconut, golden temple saffron, and basmati rice. Now, if you missed out on this news, there were 4 scents in the Bath & Body Works Test Lab collection that came out at White Barn and outlet stores only. But there were 4 scents that were like exclusive to like select White Barns only. You had to try like really hard to find them. I was too lazy and didn't have the time or necessarily the like want to drive all these hours to find the 4 scents. I think it was like exotic lychee, grill, Thai coconut basmati, and there's another one. It was turmeric and tarragon. No, turmeric accord. Those are the 4 ones that didn't make it to all stores. But like I mentioned, that Thai coconut basmati, I think someone that had smelled it confirmed that these this candle is a repackage of that almost like failed test limited to release Thai coconut basmati scent. It has almost the exact same notes. So this one is kind of like the reincarnation of that scent that not everyone got to smell, and it is amazingly unique, honestly. Quite like nothing I've actually ever smelled from Bath & Body Works before. So what I get from this one is, like, when I first smell it, what comes to mind is like tapioca. If you've ever had like tapioca, I know it comes in like a little like powdered like jello like little box, and you can like make it, and it's kind of like a creamy, like you add milk to it, I'm pretty sure, and it comes together like that. And this one smells so much like that. There's a creamy, like, milky, you know, kind of bakery blend in there, and it just comes together with, like, the light, kind of nutty coconut. That's what differs it from, like, a generic, like, tapioca scent. And there's like, a really, like, almost earthy, element to this, but, I think it comes from, like, the rice. Almost adds, like a texture to the scent, which is really weird. I mentioned that with, like, Italy, right here, Cannoli Chocolate, you could really get the, like, texture from the scent. I don't know if I'm, like, completely going insane, or this really comes across to me, but I feel like I get the, like, delicate, like, texture of the rice with this scent. So, that's what I get from this one. And very, like, intense. If you smell it, like, super deep, you might be able to get a little bit of like a spice to it, like almost like cinnamon or something. I don't know if my nose is playing tricks on me, but I feel like I could get that in the background. But a very just creamy, milky rice coconut scent, if that makes any sense at all to you guys. So that was what I got from Thailand. Definitely the most unique from the whole collection. Well, that could be argued with because Cafe Bouquet is pretty different. But I forgot to show you the lids on these candles, so let me clean them off before I show you. It's like this weird, like, half kind of line design right here, and the other half is just totally, like, just the normal, like, shiny Bath & Body Works lid. So, and there's, like, a texture to it. So, that is the entire Destinations collection, and I have 2 more candles to just chit-chat with you about that I grabbed this past weekend. So, first off, we have Lavender Sea right here. Pretty purple, kind of like crystal, almost like stone rock design. And I hadn't heard anyone mention this, but like looking at this candle like in the light, if I shine it near my window, you really pick up on like an iridescence to the like it's just a wraparound like sticker, but really you get like some sort of shiny element to it, which I thought was super unique. And this one does have the kind of reused, almost like looks like zebra print, kind of like wavy lids from last year. However, these are silver, not like the weird like gold that they were last year. So Lavender Sea, here are the notes on this one. They are soft lavender waves, vanilla seafoam, and coconut water. Now, if you remember last spring, there was a candle called Lavender Coconut in the core collection. White Barn labels, just plain purple glass, lavender coconut. And this one is a total repackage of that scent, which is great news to me because I absolutely loved that candle to death and missed it so much. So, what I get from this one, you get the herbal lavender straight off the bat, you know, kind of the astringent, almost aromatherapy lavender that you might expect, and then just like a plethora of notes come through to like creamy, why am I trying to say it? Like, for some reason, like, the word creamalize came to my mind. Literally, I am so dumb. Oh my god, thank god I didn't say that. Well, I literally said it. Okay, anyway. Just a blend of creamy notes comes in to kind of add to that candle. I know it's different, but it really reminds me of the coconut basmati note that comes through in here. Because it's that same super milky, creamy, smooth, light coconut scent comes through to even out the lavender. So, yeah. Very unique combination with lavender, but something I thought I would mention, if I didn't really hear the note coconut or hear the name lavender coconut that this used to be called, I wouldn't say that there was coconut in this blend. Like, you know, if I just sniffed it blind, I don't know that I would pick out necessary coconut in the blend, but definitely something creamy and a little bit like hard to explain. You get the like delicate kind of note that comes through with coconut. So that was Lavender Sea right there. Very welcome repackage in my opinion. And lastly, we have a returning fave from the summer that you're kind of obligated to pick up every year, and that is Summer Boardwalk in this pretty label right here. So Summer Boardwalk, here are the notes. They are caramel glazed popcorn, warm taffy apples, and salty sweet cream. So Summer Boardwalk, if you haven't never smelled it before, you definitely should. So you get basically like what it says. It's a caramel apple kind of super creamy, milky, just bakery-like confection blend, and it's super, super strong and in your face. So if you like kind of like fall scents, I know this was very similar to sea salt and maple popcorn, like almost like on the verge of a repackage of this scent. So just if you like any of those kind of scents, you will love this one for sure. It's just so strong. Like, it has a reputation for being one of Bath & Body Works' strongest candles. So that was, what the heck, I cannot talk. Those were all of the candles I picked up this past weekend at Bath & Body Works. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to press that subscribe button. You can also press the little, like, bell icon next to the subscribe button, and you can be alerted when I upload new videos. So yeah, thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!